to the Dad and Daughter podcast right here on YouTube. I, thumbing through this story, I really don't see how other instances such as this, how the family has a right to sue because of their child's stupidness. Okay? But I can tell you right now, if it was a black officer that did this, like the one Missouri, I believe it was, in Missouri, a little town in Missouri, black cop shot a black kid. I think the black kid survived. But anyways, nonetheless, a black cop shot a black kid, and the black cop still kept his job. But have a white cop shoot a black person alive or dead, whatever. Oh no, that's all fucking illegal. The white cop loses his or her job, and the family takes him to court because, oh no, the police are too fucking rough. And you guys and you black people want to say white people are the fucking racists? I said it once, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. Smell your own ass before you open your mouth. But anyways, the family of Dexter Reed files a civil rights lawsuit over his killing by Chicago police. 96 shots have been fired from multiple people, so that averages up, and that adds up real damn fast when you got 5, 6, 7, 8 people, whatever, shooting at one person. So, yeah, the bullet count does kind of rise really fast. But is there an actual report of how many of those 96 bullets hit Dexter? And none of you motherfuckers better come up back to me and saying all 96 hit him, because I highly doubt that. And besides, just like in the George Floyd case, no one wants to, especially black people, no one wants to look at both sides of the coin. None of them want to read the autopsy report because that might exonerate a white cop. Well, I'll just stick to the video because a white cop killed a black man. You don't want to look at both sides of the story. You don't want to read anything and everything that's available. You can go to hell. Just straight up go to hell. Anyways, and thumbing through this story, I really, and through all the other stories that I've looked through, never made a video about. But this one, guys, really, I'm tired of hearing grown ass people whine because of their criminal child did something, and just because they got shot by white cops, oh no, our civil rights were automatically violated. But yet black people refuse to see the wrong that they do. You absolutely refuse to see the wrong that you do. You can quit blaming white people for your problems too. Anyways, a lawsuit filed by the mother of Dexter Reed contends he was killed by Chicago police officers who unlawfully pulled up to his SUV last month and were outrageously aggressive as they approached him. Well, that part of the video was not shown because I don't know. I didn't see all the body cam footage, and I highly doubt black people saw every single body cam footage. Highly doubt that. And a lawsuit filed by the mother? For what? Because your son fired first? What'd you expect the cops to do? Let them go? Here, have an ice cream cone. It's chocolate with sprinkles on it. Congratulations for shooting at us. You seriously think the cops are going to let someone like that go? Contrary to what black people law says, not going to happen. And I'm sure you guys been told a number of times, you don't like the cops in this country, you hate the country, straight up hate the country, fucking leave. Move somewhere else. The lawsuit accuses Chicago police of promoting brutality, violent. Let me read that again. The lawsuit accuses Chicago police of promoting brutally violent military, like I'm guessing the military police tactics, and argues that the 5 officers who stopped Reed created an environment that directly resulted in his death. For the last motherfucking time, apparently black people didn't see that part of the video where he fired first. That made the cops respond back by gunfire. Oh no, let's only look at what the white cops did. Let's overlook what the black kid did. You guys have a nasty habit of doing that. You need to stop. And the officers created this unsafe environment? No. Dexter Reed created it when he shot at the police. And no one can tell me that they read all the information that's out there. Because if you're still saying, oh, when white cops killed my black son, then you didn't read shit. Reed, 26, was driving in the 3800 block of West Ferdinand Street. God, some of these names, I swear to God, people were high. Sorry, there was a little something on my screen covering that word up. In Humboldt Park on March 21st, when tactical officers in unmarked cars stopped his GMC Terrain, video footage released by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability shows the officer drawing their guns as they yelled for Reed to lower his window and open his door. The video I seen showed Reed roll down his window. Door did not open, but Reed rolled the window back up, which means he wasn't complying. But black people are just automatic victims, right? When it comes to cops, they just automatic victims. Wow. Your guys' mindset is unreal. Reed failed to do either, and according to COPA, he opened fire and struck one of the officers in the wrist. The other officers then returned fire. As many as 96 shots were fired in 41 seconds. But yeah, black people are always the fucking victim when it comes to cops because, let's not bring to light what the black person did. Let's only go against the white cops because of what they did. Because black people are automatically victims no matter what the fuck they do. The lawsuit doesn't mention Reed firing a gun. It suggests, without citing any evidence, that Reed became confused and without citing any evidence. Confused and afraid as officers surrounded his SUV, Dexter became flustered and mistakenly partially rolled up the driver's side window instead of rolling down the vehicle's other windows. Well then, gee, when he shot at the other officer out the passenger window, you think there'd be glass flying around? Even in the video, you probably would have seen glass flying. No, that I didn't see glass flying. I'm pretty sure other people didn't see glass flying. So that the passenger window was rolled down, actually. It says the officers unloaded a barrage of bullets at Dexter while he was inside his vehicle, then continued shooting at him after he exited his vehicle unarmed, with hands empty and raised in the sign of surrender. That part I did not see, so I can't say anything about that. But it was also noted that a gun was found in the vehicle afterwards. It also notes that none of the 5 officers rendered first aid to Reed. Eventually, other CPD officers who arrived at the scene immediately provided Dexter with chest compressions and other potentially life-saving aid, the lawsuit states. Their efforts came too late to save Dexter. He was pronounced dead later that day. Wow, are you black people getting the idea or seeing a pattern here that if you cooperate, actually do what you're told, you might actually stay alive? As versus when you become belligerent, start battling the police, and then a lot of times the police can just overpower your ass real easy. And especially if you start shooting at the cops, do you think maybe that's why you guys get shot a lot? Because you shoot at them? Or are you guys purposely failing to put 2 and 2 together? Did I miss something here? Oh, never mind. I didn't. I'm good. The 5 officers were members of a tactical or plainclothes team operating in the Harrison district on the west side. Yeah, and I've seen comments from other people. That's what tactical means. They're in civilian clothes, and I really don't think they have to announce themselves unless they have to. But because I don't know the tactical side of shit. So yeah. I mean, even if they have their badges out in plain sight, you know they're cops. So I don't know why people are saying, well, how is he supposed to know that they were cops? Fuck off. The 81-page lawsuit cites what it calls a long and troubling history of such units, contending they have intentionally preyed on Chicago's young black men in divested and low-income neighborhoods. Well, gee, do you think those type of neighborhoods and whatever else are pretty much breeding grounds for crime? Sit and spin on that one for a minute. Let's think about that. Yeah, let's think about that one, shall we? It cites a letter sent to police superintendent, I'm supposing that's supposed to be short for, Larry Snelling, by the head of Civilian Office of Police Accountability, wow, that's a big word, about the Reed shooting, voicing grave concerns about the officers' ability to assess what is a necessary, reasonable, and proportional use of deadly force. Yeah, some jackass shooting at me. I'm in automatic defense mode. I'm shooting back. Okay. And whether that person lives or dies, number one, depends on my aim, and number two, depends on their stupidity. In that letter, COPA Chief Andrea Kirsten also questioned why the officers stopped Reed and suggested they may have been lying when they said they stopped Reed for not wearing a seatbelt. Kirsten noted that the SUV's windows were tinted, making it hard for the officers to see inside. And apparently all states haven't come to the realization that tinted windows are illegal. Because if an officer can't see inside, yeah, he's going to come up to your ass with a gun drawn. He doesn't know what the fucking to expect. But Kirsten's office also concluded that Reed fired first. Told you. Review of video footage and initial reports appears to confirm that Mr. Reed fired first, striking the officer, and four officers returned fire, COPA said. A gun, its magazine empty, was found inside the SUV, according to police sources. Oh, I can just imagine how that trial is going to go. The white cops planted it on my black son. He didn't do nothing. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? The lawsuit describes Reed as having been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and this condition adversely affected Dexter's ability to work, to process and remember information, and to communicate. Bullshit. Sorry. Well, if all of that, and he can still drive a vehicle? And apparently that condition also makes a person not have a brain either. Shooting at cops? Wow. Oh, also that condition says, oh, cops are shooting at me, I better run. Wow. Let's see. Affected Dexter's ability to process. He sure knew what the fuck was going on when he shot at the cops and decided to try to run. That took some fast processing to do. So don't tell me that shit had anything to do with it. It argues that the officers should have been aware of his potential condition and should have used more restraint during the stop. And the cops are going to come up and automatically, oh, this guy's got a mental disability. Maybe we should handle shit this way. You black people seriously think cops are supposed to fucking read your goddamn mind? Seriously? Good Lord. A reasonable officer would know that when stopping people in a neighborhood historically and culturally known for its heightened levels of police harassment and violent traffic stops, there is a strong likelihood that the individual lives with post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms such as hypervigilance, whatever the fuck that is, the lawsuit argues. What was the officer supposed to know again? He's supposed to know every condition of all the black people in this particular neighborhood. Is that what you guys are trying to say? They're just automatically supposed to know all this shit? CPD stopped Dexter Reed, disregarded the likelihood of him living with PTSD, and escalated the encounter by violently detaining him, pointing their guns, and continuing to fire their guns at Dexter when he exited the car with his hands up, it states. Again, that one right there, that sentence right there, did not say shit one about him firing first, because, oh, that's coming from the parents and their lawyer. CPD officers could have provided a reasonable accommodation to Dexter at several moments, and they failed to do so at each of those moments. Well, gee, what fucking moments are you talking about? Before, during, or after the gunshots were shot at them? Wow, you black people are something else. Oh, in which, by the way, I was reading comments about the press when the mom got to speak. Some of the comments says, "Yeah, where's the dad at?" Because apparently it was only the mom speaking, and others were like, "Wow, I can tell the mom didn't take acting classes." When one of the officers ordered Dexter to roll down his window and saw that he complied, she could have refrained from pointing her gun the moment Dexter became flustered and pressed the wrong button, the lawsuit states. Dexter purposely rolled his window back up because he did not want to comply with the officers because they were white, he was black. Black people always, I guess, hate white cops or something like that. And they wonder why cops always have to get physical with them because y'all don't comply whatsoever. And I know there are some people that actually do comply with cops, so you're good. You're not in this conversation. It argues that the officer's actions created a confusing and chaotic environment and placed Dexter in objective fear for his safety and at risk of great bodily harm. None of the officers engaged in any type of de-escalation. Instead, they pointed their weapons at Dexter and used profane language in clear violation of CPD policy. But apparently it's black people's policy to, oh, a cop, bang, bang. And when they get shot because the cops return fire, oh no, my kid died because a white cop shot him because he or she shot at them first. We have an automatic right to sue now. What doesn't add up there? The lawsuit cites past studies of the department's use of tactical units and reliance on traffic stops and concludes that Chicago Police Department leaders make a mockery of reform and refuse to comply with the most basic principles of constitutional policing. Actually, with the way criminals are nowadays, until the shit starts to clear up, I don't care if you're black or white. If you shoot at cops, they will shoot you back. And I hope that actually continues until people start actually using their damn brain. You can't shoot at cops and expect them not to do anything. Just because they didn't conduct a stop as how you think they should have. Because you shot at them first, they will shoot back. They don't give a shit. You shoot at the cops first, all bets are off. So I don't see why you guys are whining. I don't see how this mom is fucking whining. I would actually like to know what her actual defense is, because the defense that she needs a new defense, actually. Let me retract that. She needs a new defense because all of this is just straight up bullshit. What civil rights did they violate? All bets were off when Dexter shot first. Oh, but he's black. He doesn't fully understand what he was doing. Uh-huh. Okay. It quotes from a recent analysis by the Free to Move Coalition that found black drivers comprised 51.2% of people pulled over despite black people making up less than 30% of the city's residents. In contrast, over 32% of Chicago's population is white, and 13.6% of stops by CPD were of white drivers. Well, I don't know how they came up with those numbers or what this actually was. I don't know what the people were doing to get pulled over in the first place. But anyway. And it cites 2022 report by the Chicago Inspector General that concluded black people were overrepresented relative to their share of those stopped in investigator wow, I guess the investigation stops that led to use of force. Well, let me see. Black people are more stupid than white people, so when a cop rolls up on them, I mean, they got a gun in their car, regardless whether they're allowed to have one or not, licensed to have one or not. And just because a cop pulls them over for something simple like speeding, let's say, cop walks up, license registration, bam. Okay. That's how a lot of black people are. The officers who stopped Reed, the lawsuit states, failed to identify themselves as police and shouted profanities at Reed while pointing guns at him, violating the Chicago Police Department's own policies about the use of force that requires officers to treat all persons with courtesy and dignity, which is inherently due every person, and will act, speak, and to conduct themselves in a courteous, respectful, and professional manner. The lawsuit notes that the policy also urges officers to stabilize tense situations using time, distance, and positioning, but the 5 officers failed to do so. While the lawsuit describes Reed as having lived with physical and mental disabilities, it does not offer many details, because I wonder how much of that actually is fucking true. I don't see no doctor's report about Reed having all these disabilities. It's all hearsay. Police records indicate Reed was in the... What the fuck is this word? People learn how to write. In the throes of a mental health crisis when he attacked his uncle in August of 21. Leading his uncle to shoot him. Reed was left in a coma for weeks and struggled with his mental and physical health as he recovered. Oh, because that was black on black. That never made news. In the years after, of course, then too, if I'm wrong, please let me know. And then some type of proof will be also given. I'm just not going to take anyone's word for it. In the years after Reed was shot by his uncle, he made his personal struggles well known on social media in a slew of handwritten court filings. Once a standout basketball player, Reed was having a difficult time forging a new identity after his playing career ended. The lawsuit notes that Reed was known as a sweet and respectful young man who loved cooking healthy food for his family and aspired to be a sportscaster. I mean, he could still be a sportscaster. Well, could have still been. Andrew Stroth, an attorney with the Action Injury Law Group, representing Reed's mom, Nicole Banks, said the family hopes the lawsuit will save the lives of others, and they are committed to working with the mayor. Hmm. Both the city and the police department said they do not comment on pending litigation. And this one down here where it says family of man killed when Chicago police fired 96 times during a traffic stop file wrongful death suit. Hmm. Yeah, my thought on that one was, yeah, maybe your son shouldn't have fired at the cops first. Maybe he should have actually complied. Who knows? But let's get on back up here. What is this? Yeah, we don't need that picture. We already saw. Um, yeah, but seriously, guys, you really need to, sorry, getting the thumbnail. Um, you really need to, change your defense because this line that because it's a white cop, you're automatically scared. You're automatically the victim, even though you start shit like 99.9% of the time. That's not working. I mean, with all these comments I've seen on other previous videos prior to me doing this one, oh yeah, there's a lot of people seeing through your shit. And I will make it known here as well that the events that were described in the police report versus like what the mom was saying, that the lawyer was saying, that's representing the mom. Yeah. Their stories do not add up to what the police reports say. So, yeah. I mean, people already know who's lying. Do you guys already know who's lying? And I can tell you right now, it ain't the cops. And at least one opportunity was missed to de-escalate the situation, and that was before Reed fired his gun out the passenger window at the cops. But that moment was not seized. And then Reed just started firing, so the cops fired. That's how all this shit started. But oddly enough, like I said, a black cop can shoot a black kid. Oh, guess what? All the race baiters are nowhere to be found. Black Lives Matter, nowhere to be found. Of course, I don't think they can operate in the U.S. anymore. But all these people saying Black Lives Matter. Apparently, that little black boy, I got what? His life doesn't matter. Being shot by a black cop, his life doesn't matter, or does his life matter if it was a white cop? Like I said before, also, you guys want to call us racist. And also, as I said, you need to start smelling your own ass before you open your mouth. Anyways, but like I said, these people need to find a different defense because this I'm an automatic victim line is no longer working. But I'll end the video here. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.